I've got big plans for the build. God, it's so hard to get the angle right. It's the end of January, so you guys know exactly what that means. Oh, heck yeah, it's almost time for the Super Bowl. I don't know anything about sports ball, but it is almost F1 season. I do keep track of that. Well, this is also time to look into my 2024 plans for the year. This is when I set my goals and decide hopefully what I'm going to accomplish. Now I actually did this video last year as well, same time, and I hit a lot of those goals and I missed a lot of those goals, but also things came up that weren't even planned. So I still did a whole lot of things with this car, something like 69 videos. My goal really is at least one video a week for you guys, hopefully more if possible. But let's get into what my plans are for 2024. So inevitably, some of the things I missed last year will actually roll into this year, conveniently. But there's a whole lot to consider as far as upgrades and adventures. So let's start with the mods. I still really need a shock tower brace, one that will actually give me access to the top of my coilovers. I was sort of robbed of one at Miata Reunion, which is a funny story for maybe that road trip video. It's also overdue for sway bars and end links. I've had this car almost 3.5 years on the stock sway bars. Time for an upgrade. Maybe a new head unit with wireless CarPlay. That would be interesting. And then there's sound deadening. I know I mentioned that last year, didn't get around to it, but I'm going to work on putting that in the doors, maybe in the trunk under the floor back there, just to see what it does for any sort of slight NVH improvements. Honestly, it's not a car you drive because it's quiet or comfortable, but I'm also really curious how the NVH materials, like the sound dampening, will work in the doors as far as improving the quality of the sound system, like the speakers in the doors. They like to have a bit tighter bass, and I think sound dampening can maybe accomplish that. A subwoofer is also on my mind. There's so many different approaches I could take to that, so I'm still deliberating. If you have any like crazy awesome sub ideas that you've done in your NC, let me know. But gears are turning, let's just say that. I would still love to do a full stereo at some point. I know I'm talking about some of the audio upgrades, but I would actually love to fully replace everything, but I do like taking it incrementally. For example, my head unit install actually improved the sound quality of the factory Bose system. It's totally a decent system, but I'd love to do another head unit, add a subwoofer, sound dampening on the doors, then maybe we'll look at full Bose-ectomy and everything. I'd be super down to upgrade cameras. I do currently have a front rear camera situation with the dash cam. It's fine, but I might see what else is out there. And then the rear camera, I haven't really loved it. It's fine, like the quality's okay, but I feel like the LEDs are a bit chintzy and cheap looking. Then there's underglow, which is not chintzy or cheap looking. Changed my mind. No, but I think it is actually coming back. Headlight halos, seeing them on Jackson's car and Manny's car, and even my new Jeep makes me a bit jealous, so I might look into that. And then while I'm in there, may as well paint the headlight assemblies on the inside black. It's currently kind of the only chrome element on this car, so definitely sticks out like a sore thumb. I'd love to do a smart top module. After all, this is the power retractable hardtop, and I hear that just makes a world of a difference. So I'm gonna look at the smart top module, or maybe the other controller out there that I think MX-5 things makes. Stay tuned. Then there's door pulls. I recently replaced my glass on the driver's side, which hopefully you saw that video. It's fascinating. Maybe you'll learn how to replace your glass. When I watched the colored in light video on taking out your door cards, Jackson said to pull hard on the door handle thing to really get it out of there. So I did, followed his instructions, and then I broke a bunch of tabs. So seeing him do a door pull thing looks super cool. I might look into that as well. Make this a bit more GT3, shall we say? It's really not a GT3 at all. But Jackson's definitely giving me some FOMO on the door pulls and the halos. There's a lot of FOMO happening there. Please tell me you know what FOMO means. But if you don't. And tint would be awesome. I feel like I'm in a bit of a fishbowl when I have this car with the windows up and the top up, which is not that often. I mean, I guess in the winter time, but I think this car looks super clean with tint, especially that now the windshield surrounds black, the top's black. I mean, tint is It's a good touch, I think. And then the elephant in the room, turbo. Yes, finally, this past year was the official year that all of the news was released by Flying Miata of the turbo kit they've been developing on. I've been doing some consulting, and it's super exciting. I mean, it's been in the works for kind of over a year and a half. And this should be the year it finally comes out. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm hoping to put it on this car and make some proper power, because once again, I'm up here at 6,200 feet elevation where I live. And the naturally aspirated 2-liter is not exactly happy. It doesn't thrive, I should say. But there are a handful of modifications just listed off right there. Let me know if I'm missing anything. I'm sure I am. Oh, I'd love to get the Dave Fab washer bottle situation under the hood. That would be one other thing to add. And yeah, let me know if I'm missing anything. There's a lot you can do to this car. A lot I've done. It's funny, when I first bought this car, I was like, I'm gonna run out of ideas. That has not happened yet, but I think this is a bit of a group think situation. So let me know what ideas you have, and you have my ideas, of course, and we'll just combine them all and just hopefully come up with something epic and not overdone. I still like the OEM plus-ishness of this car. Oh, there's actually a couple things I need to fix too. The left side mud flaps are crooked. The interior ambient lighting is not hardwired, so it's taking my cigarette lighter, which is really obnoxious. The cabling for the dash cam could be a bit cleaner. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of things I need to fix, actually. A whole lot of things, actually. Dang it, I need to make a list. And then there's adventures. Now, to be fully transparent, the road trip films take so much work to edit. I don't think you realize how much work it really goes into it. I'm still working on the ones from my trip out west last fall to Miata Reunion, but I love them. They're so worth it. It's just a lot of work. So I may not do as many as I hope to this year, but I will still do some. You can count on things like Miata Reunion, of course, Miata's at the Gap, and of course, my local favorite Flying Miata summer camp. Hopefully see all of you Coloradoans there, and others. People come from all over the country. Hopefully more come from other places. We even had a guy from Germany last year. That was pretty cool. And am I missing any? Isn't there some Miata thing in like Ohio or something? This is a Ohio Miata, by the way, so it would be fun to bring it back and say hi to its original owner. But yeah, adventures are something I absolutely live for, so you can count on more of those for sure. And I really want to make Jackson, Colored and Light, take an adventure with me. I think surely there's something inside of him that's like dying to get on that adventure train bandwagon thing. So I know he doesn't like fully trust his car, but Jackson, you did the work yourself. You know how things are done, which is maybe why you don't trust your car. But I think we should try. I'll fly down there, we'll drive your car up here, it'll be an epic road trip in the Colored and Light Miata, and then we'll get up here and do fun things in the mountains and play and, you know, do all the great things. So come on, man, let's go. If you think Jackson should road trip with me, go find his latest video and tell him that. Peer pressure, am I right? So I also still owe you guys some comparisons. I know a lot of you guys cross-shop Miatas. You want to see what the other generations are like, how they compare, and not even just Miatas. Some people are cross-shopping Boxsters or Audi TTs, other fun small sports cars. So if you want to see any comparisons specifically, let me know down below, because I have a lot that I want to do. It's just like, how do I organize and prioritize them? So if you have comparisons you want to see, let me know. Furthermore, if you're local, Northern Colorado-ish, and have a car you want to see compared with mine, let's do it. Hit me up. Because I think there's a lot of fun to be had with comparing and contrasting and finding out why Miata is always the answer, and sometimes why it's not. And I'd love to feature other cars on this channel. This was never meant to be just a ghosty Miata channel, but I'd love to get some more people involved. Let's make some other cars look awesome. But I have really been loving this thing. It's brought a lot of pride and joy and just a sense of accomplishment, and I've met so many awesome people through the adventures with Ghosty Miata. And adding to the stable has added a whole new level of joy. You guys have been really gracious and excited about the Jeep, and I think I have decided to start a second YouTube channel following that. The Jeep and also other overlanding things. It's like, that's the Halo car of that channel, but not the only thing. This is the Halo car of this channel, but not the only car on it. There's a lot more details I will share soon enough, so stay tuned for that. So what else do you want to see with Ghosty the Miata? What else should I be considering for modifications and adventures? And where will I meet you along the way? The whole reason I started this channel was to inspire others and myself to show and tell, to learn and listen. It's a group project, y'all. I'm just the presenter. See you soon. What else should I be doing? What else should I be... Take 7. The whole reason I started this channel was to... Take 24. Take 97. Not really, just makes myself feel better.